So you want your own error tracking running on your machine. No data going anywhere else. Let's set that up. I'm going to install Rivium Trace locally with Docker, hook up a Next.js app, and we'll see errors show up in the dashboard. Takes about 5 minutes. Okay, so what are we actually installing? Two things. There is the console, that's a dashboard where you see everything. And then there is a trace, that's a backend that actually catches your errors. Both are just Docker containers. So let's get them running. You're gonna need Docker. If you are on Mac, Docker Desktop has everything. On Linux, install Docker Engine. I've already got it. Let me make a folder for all of this. Alright, let's start with the console. This is your dashboard where you will see errors, set up alerts, manage projects, all that stuff. There is a public repo with everything you need. Click on the repo, copy the end template. The Docker Compose is already there. It pulls pre-built images, so you don't need to build anything. Let's configure the end file. Okay, so JWT secrets, just type something random and line here. There are 4 authentication tokens. Database passwords, change it to something secure. The rest of the database config you can leave as is. Postgres run inside the Docker. Ports, dashboard runs on 300. API on 304. If you have got something else on those ports, change them here. This trace API URL, this is where the console looks for your trace backend. We're about to install that on port 3001. If you are putting trace on different machine, you would change localhost to that IP. And then there is an email sitting at the bottom. This is optional. If you want password reset emails or team invitation to actually send, set up SMTP here. Any providers works, Gmail, SendGrid, whatever you use. I'm gonna skip this for now. You can always come back and add it later. Alright, let's fire it up. First time, it's gonna download everything, the dashboard, the API, Postgres. Give it a minute. Three containers, all running. Let's see what it look like. Okay, here we go. So the first person to register become the owner of this server. I put in my email and password. And we are in. Clean dashboard. You can see Rivium Trace in sidebar. That's where our errors will show up. But first, we need to install the trace backend. Okay, so the console is the UI. Now we need trace. This is the thing that actually receives error from your app, processes a stack trace, store everything. The compose file is already in the repo. Copy the end template and let's go through the config. This one has a few more settings. License key, just leave it empty. Free tier doesn't need one. If you upgrade to Pro later, you enter the key through the dashboard, not here. JWT secret, another random string, same idea as before. Database. This is a separate Postgres from the console, which is good. One thing to watch out for to see the password show up twice in Postgres password and inside database URL. If you change one, make sure you change the other two. Otherwise, it won't connect. Redis. This is handles caching and live log streaming. It's running inside the Docker. Nothing to configure. Console API URL. So this is how Trace talk back to the console for authentication. The host Docker internal things is a Docker's way of saying reach the host machine. On Linux, you may need to use 172.70.01 instead. Just heads up. Email, same as before, optional. Set it up if you want alert notification by email. Any SMTP provider works. I'm leaving it empty for now. Source map, by default this gets stored on disk inside the container. If you want cloud storage like S3 or Cloudflare R2, you can uncomment those lines. For local testing, don't worry about it. Okay, let's start it. Pulling the Trace API, Postgres, and Redis, everything's up. Let's go see it in the dashboard. Back in the console, click Rivium Trace in the sidebar. There we go. It found the trace backend. It is waiting for the first error. Make organization, then project. So let's grab the API key. The key right here starts with rvlive. Copy that. We are gonna need it in a second. Let me hook up a Next.js app real quick. Install the SDK. Initialize it. Your API key goes here, and then the API URL. You point it to localhost 3001. That's your local trace. Literally, one line different from cloud. That's it. Let me throw a test error and see what's happened. And boom, there it is. Testing self-host Rivium Trace. Full stack trace, file name, line numbers, platform, timestamp, everything. And all of this is sitting on your machine. Nothing left your network. License page. This is where you would paste a pro or business key if you buy one from Rivium Co. By the way, everything I just showed you works the exact same way on a server. You would SSH in, run the same Docker commands, and the only thing you change in the end file is swapping localhost for your server's IP or domain. And then you would probably want to put Nginx in front for HTTPS. But that's basically it. And when we push out new features, updating is literally two commands. Pull the new images, restart. Your data is in Postgres volume, so nothing gets lost. That's it. You have got your own error tracking, APM, and logs running locally. Free to start. You can upgrade whenever you need to. I'll put links to the Docker images and all 6 SDKs in the description. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. We're building more self-hosted tools. See you in the next one.